And, I realized I didn't mention it at the beginning, but this is the last day of the 5th week in the Realistic Economy series. Well, oh well. I guess I could clip this and put it at the beginning as my start of the video outtake. Hi, I'm Patrick, and in this video, I'm back here in Shreveport. In fact, I'm still here at the Deep Submergence Vehicle Facility, where I've just picked up a bunch of almonds. Yeah, see that? What's in that bag? Yeah, those are almonds. Where do they get all these almonds? It's a lot of almonds. So, let's get on the road. Yeah, these almonds are going down to New Orleans, which is where I needed to go anyway. And I'm getting $1,100 for this job. I'll probably have time for another short job when I get there. But we'll see how this goes. Hey, there's a boat sitting over there. And I just realized that I can't actually see the light. Okay, it's still red. Oh, good timing, it turned green. Okay, so this job is supposed to take 5.5 hours, it looks like. It's 8 o'clock. Just say 9 plus 5 will be, what, 2 o'clock, maybe? Yeah. So I should have this dropped off by, I don't know, before 3 for sure. And as long as I get it dropped off by 3, I should easily have time for a second job inside New Orleans. And then get over to the garage. Just got to remember to stop far enough back I can see the light when it turns green. Really not sure that I'm supposed to be in the right lane, but actually I think I'm not sure. We'll find out. It depends on whether the right lane continues or if it stops down here. Looks like it continues. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Actually, actually, that says to get it in the left. That may be for the merging lane that's coming onto the highway. We'll just find out when we get down here. No, that's for me. So over I go. And this is a World of Trucks job, so speed is going to be limited, but a lot of these roads are limited to 60 anyway, so shouldn't be a problem. Of course, this is not one of those roads, but oh well. And it has now been 2 weeks since I sent my little Santa Fe engine off to Bachman for warranty service. It's been a week now since it got to them, and I haven't heard anything yet. So, oh well. Hopefully it comes back eventually. From what I've read, it usually takes 2 to 3 months from the time they get it to the time they send it back. So yeah, kind of annoying. If you haven't been keeping up, you may have noticed that I put some videos on last weekend of my new Kato engines, and I'm really impressed by them so far. Of course, I was impressed by the Bachmann engine until it quit on me, but I can't help but wonder if it's because the power controller is overvolting. You would think that the controller that comes with the train would not be able to put out more power than the train can hold, but I measured it, and it was definitely well over 12 volts at full power. It was more like 14 to 15. And N-scale engines are supposed to stay around 12 at the most. The Kato, whatever. Yeah, this is an episode of how to offend the train people by mispronouncing their favorite brand's name. Their controller stops at about 12.5 volts. I'd stick to what is basically a realistic speed. I've measured how long the tracks are and timed the engines to see how much power to give them to run at a realistic speed. Yeah, that I did math. Well, oops. I know. I always say I hate doing math, but sometimes I do it anyway. But anyway, if it makes you feel better, I did use Google. But anyway. There are formulas that you can use. And if you know the formula, you can kind of work it out on a calculator or even on paper if you want to. But so far, I've really been impressed by both the looks, the quality, the detail of the engines, and their performance. I've actually noticed the Dash 9 that I got is a little faster than the Gevo, but if you run the Gevo backwards, it's pretty close to the same speed as the Dash 9. In fact, they're basically identical. So I've actually been running them a little bit in a consist of the Dash 9 at the front and the Gevo at the back. And that is a thing that is realistic. I've seen videos of that being done in real life. And they don't have any problem pulling all of my rolling stock all at once. And I really didn't think they would. My track is relatively flat. I tried to level my track when I set it up. Kind of keeping an eye on the mirror there in case I need to get in the left lane, because there are a lot of vehicles in the right lane, and yeah, you can see their brake lights coming on every now and then. I think I'm going to go ahead and slow down to 60. Apparently nobody wants to go the speed limit. There we go. I'll just stay here until I get past this interchange. Although it don't look like anybody's coming up, so I might as well go ahead and get back over. In the ETS2 video on Monday, I mentioned the weather situation in ETS2 and ATS, and pointed out that really I think Minecraft has better rain and weather simulation. And I don't understand why SCS can't do something like they do, where when it starts raining, the sky turns from blue to gray color. I really think that it would improve things a lot if they implemented some kind of system like that, where when it starts raining, it just instantly gets darker. Not that it's raining right now, but you know, I have definitely seen it in the game raining with it being sunny and cloudy at the same time like this. And I just realized that I am going to have the loan payment come out before I make this first delivery. And that's fine because I've got plenty in the bank to cover it. But I was kind of, I don't know what I was thinking. I was kind of hoping that I would make it before the first delivery, or before the loan payment. But it'll be fine. Yeah, it's going to be about 1:30 or 2 o'clock when I get to New Orleans. And then you have to factor in the time that they take away from you to unload. That's a lot of almond crates back there. May take them 45 minutes or an hour. I don't know how long it'll take to unload those. And then I'll try to find a job going down to the garbage dump by the garage. That train is disappearing. Yeah, they could have fixed graphical errors like that, but instead they took away F6 and F7. This is that point where it goes down to 35. I'm not sure why it does that, but we better obey the law. Oh, it goes back to 60 without warning. You know, I joke about F6 and F7 a lot. Oh, there goes the loan. But I can kind of do without F6, the job information. But F7, I was driving the other day. Well, actually, it was last night. And I hit something, and I didn't know how bad the damage was because I missed the little damage bar that goes up across the screen. And I was wondering, how bad is the damage? Do I need to stop for repairs next time I go by a service center? And I realized I had to come to a complete stop to check the damage level, and that was very annoying. Then I started hearing a weird beeping sound from the truck, and I was going around an off-ramp, a cloverleaf type of off-ramp, and when I put on the brakes, suddenly they locked up. And I realized that I had enough damage that the air system had gone out. And when a semi-truck loses air pressure, the brakes lock up. So I had to use the tow to service feature. It turns out that I had 100% damage to the truck. Looks like an Amtrak is about to come through here. Yep, there it is. You know, I go back and forth. I'd kind of like to actually get Kato, whatever, actually makes a train, I think that exact type with those cars, I think. And kind of like it. And that truck is just running a red light, which is fine because now I can turn right on red and nobody's coming. So this should be legal. And you know, I realized I didn't mention it at the beginning, but this is the last day of the 5th week in the Realistic Economy series. Oh well. Guess I could clip this and put it at the beginning as my start of the video outtake. Yeah, some people put their bloopers at the end, but I put them at the beginning, right out in the open, where everybody can see them and know exactly what they have coming. Okay, well, I thought we were going to Flavortown, but then the sign changed. Oh, Flavor Fair, not Flavortown. Let me see where to park. Okay, well, that's a pretty common parking spot here. Not too difficult. I'm not sure how they're going to unload the almonds with it backed in here, but unloading is generally their problem, not mine. Although I can't see the line. Where did the line go? Oh, I was way off. That's where the line went. You know, the train's horn's blowing, so I'll blow back. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, 1,200. They actually gave me a bonus, so that's nice. All right, let me see if I can find another job. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm here to pick up some stuff and things. All right, well, just right across the street, basically, and down the road, about half a mile, I found a load of waste paper headed down to the dump, and that's exactly where I wanted to go. So this is another $300 job. And that'll bring my pay for the day to over 1,500, which is a good deal. The security guy isn't even looking at me. I'll just keep on going. That truck just disappeared in front of me. But yeah, $1,500 for the day. I'm hoping to maintain $1,500 per day. I'm hoping that that will raise my bank account pretty well, I think. If I can maintain $1,500 per day, that's $600 above my loan payment, which will allow me to save money for the weekends and truck maintenance and a pickup truck is pulling a boat. Truck maintenance and fuel costs, and also save up a little along the way. I don't think there's much chance of being able to save up enough to get a garage in Illinois, though. But when I get there, I'll probably just pick a place and try to use that as a base of operations while I'm in the state. Or I may not. I may not even care. You know, I may just decide to stay on the road the whole time I'm up there and not even worry about finding a place to spend the weekend. It would be fun if we could rent a car on the weekends and just drive around and explore on our free time. But still no news about road trips or coaches in ETS 2 either. And I don't really think I've heard any news about that in quite a while. Hoping we hear some news eventually. I'm sure they haven't forgotten them. it was starting to sound like they were pretty close to being ready to release, but then we just quit hearing about them. I think they're putting all of their efforts into console development right now, though, in addition to the state and map expansions for both games. I almost wonder if they've been tracking consumer interest, and maybe they determined that people were more interested in map expansions and map updates than they were road trips and coaches. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, they don't want to make a whole new system for the game for PC users and then turn around and have to rewrite code that will work on consoles. Of course, it's possible that that's already happened. They are having to redo some of the code for road trips and coaches that will work with consoles. That could be why we're not hearing about them. Or maybe they just haven't got anything to report yet. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. But there's the garage right there. So could have probably taken a couple extra jobs around town, but didn't really see the need to. This job with the waste paper was, like I said, it's right across the road from the garage, and the pickup was right down the street from where I dropped off the almond boxes. So let me see where to park. Not my favorite place to park, but it's not terrible either. It's kind of down here in the hole, I think. Actually, yeah, it's the one that's down here in the hole. Gotta watch to make sure I don't back into the wrong place on the right. But now I've got to make sure I don't back too far to the left. I think that's fine. Yeah. I think I got this. All right. Let's see what we get. All right, $331. So that does come up to just over $1,500 for the day. And that is the end of week 5. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.